absolutely. I mean, I think, anytime you're dealing with young people, uh, things don't go the way you wanted or planned, sometimes you lose your confidence, and guys get in slumps or whatever, and it's no different than anybody else in life. We all go through slumps from time to time, as a player if you've competed, and you got to be a fighter. You got to keep believing in yourself. You got to go back to the basics. It's all about the basics, the fundamentals, the preparation, and then you got to get back in the batter's box. You can't get out of the slump if you don't swing the bat. You can't get out of the slump if you don't take the next shot. You just got to keep picking them up and putting them down. Don't be a quitter. Lord, we got enough quitters in this world. Makes me want to vomit, man. We got more quitters and losers out there in this world. It's one of the biggest problems in America. People just quit. I mean, it's when it gets a little tough or things don't go their way. Everybody wants to quit and go home, take their ball with them. I wasn't raised that way. I don't think that way. And so that's how I try to coach my players, is to, you keep going. Hey, you're going to make the next one. You're going to make that next tackle. You're going to make the right call the next time, or the right throw, or the right read on the run, or whatever it is. That's just the way it's got to be. I mean, what's the other option? Quit? You got to be kidding me. There ain't no quit. It's a bunker mentality. You either for us or you against us. And that's how I try to tell my players, listen, don't worry about anything else. You should be confident, and here's why. Because God gave you a talent, all right? And it's your job to use it for the good. And don't sit around and think all of a sudden now you're not good at something because you had a bad day or a bad game or whatever. That's baloney. You're here because you're a good player, and you're going to continue to be a good player. So, but certainly you got some guys that are, frustrated, but you got to let it go. You got to let that go. You got to cut that baggage loose. I mean, cut it loose. And then you got to go to play the next game and get excited about the next opportunity. I love that song. What was the Toby Keith song? I love that song. And that's what I even told the guys, listen, hey, we may not be playing as good as we once did, but we only got to play as good once as we ever did. Heck with all that. It's about 4 quarters Saturday night. Just because we were 8-0, that didn't mean all of a sudden we go to 9-0. It's always about the next game. And just because you've lost a couple in a row, that don't mean you lose the next one. Forget all that stuff. And that's part of the learning process. When you're winning or you lose, you got to move on. And you got to learn from it, and you got to stay confident, and you got to prepare the right way. So otherwise, you sit around and, Lord, you listen to this and that, and I mean, you're paralyzed. You can't even play, and you got to cut all that stuff loose and go let it all hang out. And just do the best you can do. Nobody can ask more of you than the best. Now, if you're not doing your best, and we got a few guys not quite doing their best, they're not quite to the standard that we need them to be. Then hey, we got to get that corrected.